Hi, I'm Steph. Welcome to this flowy morning yoga, dancing with the dawn. You don't need any props per se for this practice, but you're always welcome to use them. Let's begin in child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart. And then begin to walk the hands out on the mat, lowering the chest and the belly towards the mat. And if you feel any congestion between your belly and your thighs, then you just come on up and scoop the belly up and then come back down into the fold of your child's pose. And know that if the hips don't reach the heels, that's okay. Enlightenment is not happening at the heels today. And just begin to let the breath flow in and flow out. With every inhale, lengthen the spine a bit more, and with every exhale, let the hips sink a bit deeper as we ground for practice today. This class is going to evoke the gentle but dynamic energy of sunrise, and I invite you to awaken your body and your spirit with fluid dance-like movements throughout this practice. Move in any way that feels good for you as we channel our own expressions of light and renewal. Take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, begin to shift up to tabletop pose, coming onto all fours, hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Take an inhale here, tuck the right toes, slide the right foot back behind you, lengthening the right leg, and then slide the right toes over to the left side as far as you can go, really opening up the right side body. Maybe walk the right fingertips towards the top of the mat and over towards your left, creating a little bit of a half moon shape in the body. Take an inhale here, breathe into that right side. And then as you exhale, begin to send the left hip back, almost child's pose style. Maybe the right toe slides. Maybe you shift the right arm around to support yourself a little better. Breathe in deep here and know that this can look however it needs to look in your body. Play with this. And on your next inhale, begin to come back up to a partial tabletop. So you're on both hands, shoulders stacking over wrist. The left hip stacks over the left knee, and the right leg is still extended behind us. And then as you exhale, we're going to shift into a variation of gate pose. So you're going to start to send the right arm up to the sky, opening up the right hip, back right foot spins flat. And then send the right arm up overhead. Get that nice stretch through the whole right side of the body. Big breath in there. Move any way that feels good. And then let's send the right arm up to the sky. Lift the right leg parallel to the mat. Begin to bend the right knee. Reach behind you with the right hand and see if you might catch that right foot or ankle. Take an inhale here as you open the front right body. And then as you exhale, release the right foot, right ankle. Maybe drop the right foot back down to the mat if that feels good. And just dance with the morning here. Maybe take some big shoulder rolls with that right arm. Find opening, find space. Move in any way that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, find your way back to tabletop pose. And when you're ready, from tabletop, begin to tuck the right toes and then slide the right foot out to the side, keeping the foot in line with the right hip. See if you might flatten the right foot onto the earth. And then begin to shift the hips back over that left heel, almost like child's pose, really opening up through that right inner thigh. And then the hands can stay where they are, Or maybe they begin to slide forward. Maybe the chest begins to lower. And maybe you prefer stillness here, or maybe not. Maybe you want to begin to sway and move the upper body. Find what feels right in your body, what feels good to you. Rumi said, "The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep." So let the breath awaken the body. And when you can, find a little bit of stillness. And then begin to lift the chest, lift the upper body, keeping what you have in the legs. And then walk the left hand over to the left. Take an inhale, send the right arm up and over towards the left side of the body. And then let's begin to take a little bit of a body roll here. So the right hand sweeps down towards the earth and over towards the right foot. And the left arm follows, coming up overhead as we open through the left side of the body. Big breath in here. And we'll do that again. Left arm comes over towards the left side of the body onto the earth. And like a rainbow, the right arm arcs up and over. And then the right hand comes down to the earth and sweeps over towards that left foot. Left arm follows. Left arm reaches up overhead. So we're opening the left side body. Inhale, we come back to center. And then plant the left hand over to the left and begin to lift the hips. Send the right arm up overhead, lengthening the whole right side of the body from the outer edge of the right foot all the way through the right fingertips. One more big breath in here. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down. Move and sway in any way that feels good to you here. Just inviting in the warmth and energy of this new day. And from here, we're going to shift into a pigeon pose. So we're going to bring the left leg into a bend, and maybe the left shin aligns with the top short edge of the mat. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the foot pulls in a little bit more towards the body, whatever feels good. And begin to straighten the right leg to your own degree behind you. So what we're going for right now is we really want to get an opening through that front right hip, that right hip flexor. If you need to keep the back right leg bent a little bit, that's okay. And bring the hands a little wide here. And then bend the elbows and begin to take a few little body rolls with the upper body, swaying side to side, maybe moving the chest a little closer towards the ground. And maybe the chest makes it down to the ground today. Maybe that's not what your body needs today. Maybe you need some dynamic movements to just wake up. So kind of figure out what you need and take that in this moment. Send the breath anywhere that needs it, anywhere that feels tight. Use that breath to open those spaces. And eventually we find a little stillness. If the chest is lowered to the earth, begin to press into the hands to lift the chest. And then we're going to come into a half monkey pose. So you'll begin to press the chest up and then begin to lift the hips a little bit. Tuck the back right toes. Shift the hips back towards that right heel and extend the left leg long in front of you. Saying hello to the left hamstring. And then maybe you walk the hands over to the right as far as they can comfortably go. Take a breath there. And then maybe walk the hands over to the left as far as they can comfortably go. And then bring the hands to either side of the left leg. Shift into a low lunge here. And just begin to rock the hips back and forth. And then both hands come down to the mat. Plant on either side of the left foot. Slide the left leg back into tabletop pose. And we're back where we started. So the shoulders are right over the wrists. Hips are right over the knees. And then tuck the left toe, slide the left foot to the back of the mat, and then all the way over to the right. And the left fingertips walk towards the front of the mat and then over towards the right. And we breathe in to the whole left side of the body. And when you're ready, begin to shift the hips back, almost like child's pose. Bending into that right hip. Bring the hands anywhere that feels good to support you. Feel free to sway around a little bit here if that's what's best. Staying for a few breaths and using the breath to really awaken the body here. And when you're ready, shift back to that three-legged version of tabletop. So hands are going to be under shoulders and the right hip is over the right knee. Left leg stays extended and we begin to shift into that gate pose variation. So you send the left arm up to the sky, opening the left hip, spin the back left foot flat. And then begin to extend the left arm up overhead. Find some opening here. Big breaths in. And then left arm goes back up and we lift the left leg parallel to the mat. Begin to bend the left knee and reach the left hand back behind you. See if the left hand might find the left foot, left ankle to grab onto as we come into this dancer variation. Breathing into the front left side of the body, opening the quadriceps. And then release the foot if you have it. Begin to straighten the left leg, send the left arm up to the sky, and then lower the left foot back to the mat. And maybe take some big old shoulder circles here. Whatever feels good. Maybe you're swaying with the morning breeze. Whatever you need. And when you're ready, find your way back to tabletop pose. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Extend the left leg all the way out to the side. Seal off through both edges of the left foot, keeping that left foot in line with the hips. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, begin to shift the hips back a little bit like child's pose. And maybe you begin to lower the chest down towards the earth and extend the arms long. Maybe some sway, some movement, a little dance with the dawn feels better. You do whatever feels good for you here. And then keep what you have in the legs. Find a little stillness with the upper body and begin to lift the upper body. Walk the right fingertips over to the right. Take an inhale, circle the left arm up and overhead, lengthening the left side body. And then the left hand comes down towards the earth and begins to sweep over towards the left leg. Right fingertips follow. And then we send the right arm up overhead, open the right side body. Inhale, right arm comes up and over to the right. Left fingertips lift up and overhead. Left fingertips come back down to the earth, sweeps out in front of us and circles back over towards that left leg. Right fingertips follow. Right arm reaches up overhead. Inhale into that right side body. Exhale, right fingertips reach up and over a little bit like a rainbow. And when you're ready, plant the right hand right underneath the right shoulder. Take an inhale to lift the hips, come up onto the right shin, and extend the left arm up, bicep by the ears, reaching out overhead. So the whole left side of the body is lengthening from the outer edge of the left foot all the way through the left fingertips. We're breathing in right there. And then slowly begin to lower the hips down. And then move in any way that feels good. Almost like you're stirring a big old morning body soup here. Maybe the arms are swaying. Maybe you're getting a little bit of movement in the waistline. Take it the other way. And eventually, we're going to find a little bit of stillness here. And begin to send the left leg behind you as the right leg sets up for pigeon pose. So the right shin may align with the short edge of the mat, or maybe it won't. Maybe that right foot tucks in towards you. The left leg is going to move towards straight. If it needs to remain bent, it can. And we find that opening through the left front of the hip. And then bring the hands a little wide, and we go back into that sway, into that body roll here. Maybe bending the elbows to lower the chest and just going side to side. And remember, you've got the option to work your way all the way down to the earth. Find a little stillness or not. This is your practice. So you do what feels right for you. Inviting in warmth, inviting in energy. Martha Graham said that dance is the hidden language of the soul. And we harness that energy in this practice today. And wherever you are, find a bit of stillness. If the chest is lowered to the mat, begin to press into the hands to lift the chest. And we're going to shift into that half monkey variation. So what you're going to do is sit back towards the left heel, tuck the left toe for support, and start to straighten the right leg. And then we bring the hands as far over to the left as we can, really trying to maintain the length of the spine. We've opened the hips. We haven't really opened the hamstrings, so this could feel a little bit like a rude awakening. And then walk the hands as far over to the right as you can, as we invite your right hamstrings to the party today. Breathe in here. Come back through center. Take a big inhale and shift the hips forward, coming into a low lunge. And just begin to glide back and forth here. Find your flow, move with your breath. And after a few rounds of this flow, find your way back. Tabletop pose. And then we're gonna come into cow pose. Drop the belly, arch the back, turn the gaze up as you inhale. And find your cat. Press into the palms around the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest as you exhale. And keep moving with these cat-cows, making them as fun, flowy, and dancey as you can. Maybe the hips are circling a little. Maybe the shoulders are moving. Maybe the rib cage is circling around. Whatever feels good. And if you found some type of circular motion, take it in the other direction. Charles Dickens said that the sun himself is weak when he first rises and gathers strength and courage as the day gets on. And we gather strength as we move through this practice. Find a little stillness and then tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And today, if it feels good, maybe bring the feet about as wide as the mat. Let the hands be a little wide if you need to. Put a generous bend in the knees. Engage the belly. Press into the hands as you send the hips back, really lengthen the spine, press the floor away. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. And when the hands make it to the feet, Maybe hook the big toes. Flare the elbows out to the side, even if you have to bend the knees quite a bit to make this happen. And if you're feeling congestion between the belly and the thigh, you can kind of stop, pause, come up, lift the belly with the hands, just scoop it up, and then come back into your fold. You can sway side to side here if that feels good. And then as you're ready, the hands come onto the shins. Take an inhale, lengthen the spine, pull the vertebrae apart. Exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky as you rise. And exhale, hands come together at heart center. So we come into our own version of mountain pose here, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe the feet are hips width apart, maybe a bit wider, maybe a bit more narrow. Hips are roughly stacking over the ankles depending on your body, but shoulders are definitely over the hips, and perhaps most importantly, crown of the head is over the pelvis. Let the chest be open. Maybe lower the hands to the sides and flip the palms forward to encourage that opening of the chest. Take a big inhale here. And as you exhale, if bandha work is in your practice, engage your mula bandha. Lift the pelvic floor up towards the belly button and release. And then begin to lift the right leg, bringing the foot behind you as you reach the right arm back behind, and see if the right hand might grab onto the right foot or ankle. Take an inhale here, and this time we just pause. We're not tipping forward. We're just focusing on that up bend of the chest and that opening in that right quadricep. And then release the foot. And on your next inhale, check this out. Step the right foot towards the top of the mat. And if this happens in stages, that's okay too. Begin to bend the right knee, stay up on the back left toes, and send the arms up to the sky as you set up for a low lunge pose. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, plant the left hand down on the mat. Send the right arm up to the sky, coming into a little twist. Maybe send the right arm out overhead if that feels good. Inhale, right arm back up to the sky. Exhale, right arm comes back down to the mat. Step the right foot to the back of the mat for plank. Take an inhale here. And exhale, lowered knees, then chest, then chin. Inhale, cobra. Lift the heart, lift the chest, using the power and the strength in the back. Exhale, tuck the toes, shift the hips back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. Hands to shins. Inhale, flat back extension. The spine is long. Exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. And exhale, hands to heart, Anjali Mudra. Lower the hands down to the sides. Take an inhale. Begin to float the left leg up and back. And then reach the left arm behind you and see if that left hand might find that left foot, left ankle. Inhale, roll the chest open. Find your balance. And know that if you fall out of this shape, it's okay. You just come back. Hold on to a wall, whatever makes sense for you. And then release the left foot. Step the left foot to the top of the mat, and remember that this can happen in little phases. Come up on the back right toes, bend the left knee, lower the hips, and inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. high lunge. Take another big breath in here. Exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Left arm goes up to the sky. Inhale, left arm reaches out overhead if that feels good for you. And then left arm comes back up to the sky. Exhale, plant the left hand down underneath the left shoulder. And then extend the left leg long, step it to the back of the mat next to the right. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, glide into your back bend, cobra, or maybe up dog if that feels better. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Inhale, press the hips back. And exhale, start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Feel the rhythm of your body aligning with the natural pulse of the morning. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, forward fold. Let go of any worries and see if you can connect with your inner light. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Embrace the idea that your practice is not just physical movement. Exhale, hands to the heart, Anjali Mudra. But your practice is a celebration of life and transformation. As Martha Graham reminds us, dance is the hidden language of the soul, and that is really fueling our practice today. So allow that hidden language to emerge with every movement. Inhale, release the arms to the side. Begin to lift the right leg. Reach back with the right hand. See if you might grab onto that right foot or ankle. Inhale, left arm up to the sky this time. Keep what you have here with the up bend in the chest. And maybe, just maybe, begin to tip the body forward, coming into King Dancer pose. Just moving to your own degree. You could find the mudra with your fingers if that feels good for you. Another big inhale in here. Exhale, pull back through center, release the right foot. Inhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Circle the arms to the sky, bend the right knee, spin onto the back left foot, crescent lunge, high lunge pose. Take an inhale here. And as you exhale, straighten the legs, send the arms out to the side, Prana Mudra. Inhale, right knee bends, arms reach back up overhead. Exhale, legs straighten, arms come out to the side. Inhale, right knee bends, arms reach back up to the sky. And exhale, we open up, warrior two pose. Spin that back left heel flat. Shoulders are stacking over the hips. Send the arms out like a T. And then flip the front palm to the sky. Inhale, lean back, reverse your warrior. Left hand finds its place somewhere along the left leg. Right arm reaches up and over as we lengthen that whole right front body. Big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle pose. Begin to bend the right arm and rest it right on that right thigh. Send the left arm up and overhead, and we now lengthen the whole left side of the body. And let's just flow that. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, back to warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Spin onto the back left toes. Take an inhale here. Circle the right arm up to the sky. Find that twist. Exhale, right hand comes back down to the mat. Step the right foot back next to the left. Take an inhale here and plank. Know you can always drop the knees. And on your exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows bend. Inhale, cobra, maybe up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, press the hips back. Exhale, walk the hands back towards the feet. And when the hands make it to the feet, take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, release the arms down to the side and begin to float the left leg up and back. See if the left hand might catch on to the left foot or ankle. And this time, extend the right arm up to the sky. Maybe find a little mudra. Maybe thumb and index finger of the right hand come together. Take an inhale, find length. Keep that up bend in the chest and maybe, just maybe, begin to tip forward. Only if that is what's right for you today. Find your balance out in front of you. Take another big breath in here. Exhale, engage your core and use it to help you rise back up to standing. Release the hands, release the leg. And then on your next inhale, step the left foot forward. Come up on the back right toes. Bend the left knee as we find high lunge pose. Inhale, arms circle up to the sky. Take a moment here and get yourself situated. Make sure that the ribs are not popping. And on your next exhale, legs straighten, prana mudra, arms come out to the side. Inhale, left knee bends, arms up overhead. Exhale, legs straighten, arms come out to the side, prana mudra. Inhale, left knee bends, arms come up overhead. And exhale, warrior two pose, spin the back right foot flat. Extend the arms out to the side like a T, collarbone spread wide. Back right heel spins flat. Left knee is bent. Shoulders stacking over hips. Crown of the head stacking over the pelvis. Gazes out over that middle finger. And then flip the front palm to the sky. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Right hand comes somewhere on the outside of the right leg. Left arm reaches up and back. Maintain that bend in that front left knee. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm rests on left thigh. Right arm shoots out, bicep by the ear. And you get long from the outer edge of the right foot through the right fingertips. And let's just flow that 2 more times. Inhale, lean back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, get long. Inhale, lean back, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, get long. Inhale brings you back, warrior two pose. Cartwheel the arms down to the mat. Spin onto the back right toes. Take an inhale here. And then send the left arm up to the sky. Find a little twist. Exhale, left hand down underneath the left shoulder. Step the left foot back next to the right, plank pose. Engage the core. Option to drop the knees. And when you exhale, lower down, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, find your back bend, maybe cobra, maybe upward facing dog today, whatever is best. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, lion's breath, let it go. Inhale, press the hips back. Exhale, slowly walk the hands back towards the feet. Take an inhale, flat back extension, spine is long. Exhale, forward fold, hook the big toes, flare the elbows, maybe the knees are bent. If you need to adjust the belly so that you can find your best version of your forward fold today. Create some space for yourself. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "Write it on your heart that every day is the best day in the year." So take these few breaths as an opportunity to maybe cultivate gratitude for this gift of this new day. And as Emerson's words guide us, maybe write this truth on your heart. Let it guide your practice. Each day is the best day in the year. A fresh canvas waiting for your unique expression. Release the toes and begin to sway the arms along the ground any way that feels good for you. And then inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky. Exhale, hands come to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And begin to step the feet a little wide, about the width of your yoga mat. Kick the heels in, turn the toes out. Inhale, circle the arms up to the sky, get long. Exhale, hands come to the heart, Anjali Mudra, and begin to bend the knees, lower the hips as you come into your version of Malasana, yogi squat, sometimes known as garland pose. So know that you've got options here. This looks different on everyone. Your hips don't have to necessarily get low. Once you get where you're going, just begin to sway back and forth a little bit. And then we're going to plant the hands in front of us. And then begin to press the elbows into the knees to open the hips and shift the weight forward a little. But today we're not taking flight into crow pose. Instead, we're going to use this as a hip opener, and we're just going to sway back and forth here, really kind of opening the body. And we just like to focus on that interplay of movement and stillness. So let the sun's gentle warmth kind of inspire you to move fluidly, yet mindfully. And as you're ready, find a little bit of stillness. And check this out. We're going to rock back onto the sit bones. Engage your core. And then begin to lift the legs. Knees go out to the sides. Hook the big toes. Pause there and get set up. So we're balancing on the sit bones. We've rocked our weight back. The spine is long. It almost looks like we could go into boat pose, but what are we going to do here? Knees are out to the side. Arms are inside of the knees. Arms are straight. And then we begin to straighten both legs. Just straightening them to your own degree. Whatever your version of straight is today. Legs are out to the side. Hips are open. Take an inhale here. Lift the chest. Exhale. Release the toes. Release the legs. Soles of the feet come together. Knees go out to the side. And begin to fold, elbows coming onto the knees if that feels good. And we find a little Baddha Konasana, bound angle. And then begin to sway here. Swaying from side to side. Knowing that the rising sun really symbolizes strength, courage, transformation, renewal. In this moment, see if you might feel empowered by that simple wisdom that every day offers a new beginning. And then slowly find stillness. Bring the hands to the outer edges of the knees and slowly use the hands to bring the knees together. Hug the knees into the chest and rock all the way back onto the back, keeping what you have with the knees to the chest. Maybe rock a little side to side here. Find a little bit of stillness and happy baby pose. Bring the hands onto the outer edges of the feet. And then open the feet out to the side. Ankles stacking over knees, knees in line with the hips, finding a little hip opening. Maybe rock side to side here. Maybe you're flowing. dancing with the dawn. Maybe you start to straighten one or both legs, or maybe you're alternating, straightening the right, breathing into that leg, and then maybe you rebend the right and straighten the left leg, sending the breath there. Find what's right for you in this moment as you envision the sun's horizon enlightening your practice. Find a little bit of stillness. Hug the knees back into the chest, and then plant the feet down in line with the hips. And we're going to bring the sole of the right foot to the top of the left knee, left thigh. If this is good, stay here. If you'd like, interlace the fingers around the back of the left thigh and begin to lift the left leg, pulling it in towards the body, pressing the right knee open. Recline pigeon pose. Breathe into that right hip. Let the body start to cool. And then slowly lower the left leg to the earth. Release the arms, cactus the arms to the side. Keep what you have with the legs and drop both legs over to the right, using that right foot to gently lower the left leg towards the ground. And the legs may not touch the ground here today, but we are going to get a nice little stretch on the left side of the body. Big breath in. And then the knees come back up to neutral. Bring the right foot down in line with the right hip. Maybe windshield wiper the hips if that feels good. And we bring the outer left ankle to the top of the right knee, right thigh. Stay here if that feels good. And just press that left knee open. If you'd like, you can interlace the fingers behind the right leg. And then start to lift the right foot, float it from the earth, and use the hands to pull the legs in towards the body, pressing the left knee open. And from here, you just breathe, sending the breath right into the left hip. And if the legs are lifted, slowly lower that right foot back down to the earth. Cactus the arms, take an inhale here. And then slowly drop the legs over to the left, keeping what you have with the legs. So we're just going to use that left foot to lower the right knee down towards the earth. Really kind of breathing into that right side body. Maybe notice if you feel connected to this day, if you feel ready to dance through your day. And then come back up to neutral, maybe windshield wiper the knees if that feels good. Take what you need here. We all need something different at the end of the practice. So you find what feels right for you. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. And then exhale, Shavasana. Extend yourself along on the mat. Let the legs fall gently to the sides. Maybe flip the palms up to the sky in a gesture of embracing all that this new day has for you. And just imagine the gentle light of the sunrise as it fills you with energy and hope to take throughout your day. Please stay and enjoy the most important pose of your practice today, Shavasana. And I thank you very much for sharing your sequence with me today. The light in me deeply honors and appreciates the light in you. Namaste, my friends. I bow to you.